Record. Alrighty. So there we go. Now I have it fixed. So all of y'all, well, not all of y'all, but most of y'all know me. I'm Kim. For those of y'all that don't know me, hello. It's good to have you on here. I know I can't actually see some of you. So anyway, I am actually reading from my notes because I have not done a lot of these welcome calls. So pardon me if I look at my notes the whole entire time. But a couple of things I wanted to go over, just kind of how this group is going to work. We're going to have pretty much one post per day, Monday through Friday. Move this in the middle so I'm actually looking at the screen. Monday through Friday. Some days I'll have 2 posts, but most days are just going to be 1. And then Saturdays and Sundays, I'm not going to put a new post up so that y'all can kind of catch up if you need to. And what I would really, really, really love for you to do, I hate feeling like I'm talking to myself in these training groups. So if you could at least just comment something on each post would be really great. Even if you can't do the full assignment, like your whole why or something that's really long at that point in time, at least comment and let me know that you've seen it and, you're going to come back, in a day or two and really do the assignment and dig deep and, learn about everything. So just wanted to kind of tell y'all why this is so important to me. So I kind of, created Team Delta Fire last year. I started coaching in September of 2013, actually, and got into it really as just a part-time thing because I loved Insanity. I love T25, which is what I was doing at the time, and I love Shakeology. So I wanted a discount on it, obviously, and I kind of fell in love with our big Diamond Fire team, and you guys will get to know them as well as you go through training. And I usually add you guys into that big group, once you either reach Emerald or complete the training, because it's a big group with a lot of people, and it can get really overwhelming. If I just throw you guys right in there, and there's all these posts about all kinds of different things and all kinds of notifications. So I kind of hold off on that. But anyway, when I got introduced to Delta Fire, or Diamond Fire, I really just kind of fell in love with the whole team environment. And I think we have that environment on our team as well, and that we're just very supportive of each other, and it's very positive and very motivating and encouraging. And that's what I really liked. So fast forward, April of last year, I actually sold my veterinary practice for a lot of reasons and was able to start coaching full-time. So I've been coaching full-time for right at a year now, and it's kind of become my baby. And this team is just really important to me. And so I want you guys to, maybe not make some of the mistakes that I made initially, and, learn from things that I did wrong and things that maybe I didn't do that I should have done. And so we'll be going over a lot of that in this training so that I can help you guys, really get off to a good start. So it's going to take time. It's going to take consistency, not necessarily the training itself, but coaching in general. It is not something that, overnight you're going to make a whole bunch of money at it. It doesn't work like that. And if you approach it like that and try to just be a salesperson, it's just not going to go over with all your friends very well. So don't do that. What you want to do is just, share your story and share why you are having so much fun, why you are feeling so good. Just share what you're doing, fun little pictures about your workout, videos. If you're into doing any kind of videos, or if you want to kind of break out of your comfort zone and start doing videos, that's a great thing. And that got a lot of interaction from me when I got started. But just sharing your journey is what we do. We don't want to act like salespeople, because people are just going to completely ignore you, block you, defriend you, just scroll right past your posts or whatever. So again, it kind of goes back to, you have to build trust with all of your friends and people that see your posts, and it takes a little bit of time for them to realize that what you're doing is truly a lifestyle change for you, and that you truly, truly believe in it. And, after they kind of get that trust in you is when they'll start approaching you about things. So don't get discouraged at the beginning. if, you post stuff and nobody really says anything, or if a lot of people tell you no, because it's happened to all of us. And as long as you stay consistent, you'll get there. Now, if you get discouraged and just quit, even trying, then it's going to be difficult, because people aren't going to have that trust built. They're going to see that you are very off and on, and they're going to think, well, I don't even know if she really likes this that much, so why would I have her as my coach, and trust, what she's doing. So just some thoughts about that. Let's see. We will talk a lot about social media and how to post. But one thing to know right away, don't just automatically, you're in this coach training now, y'all are coaches now, which is super exciting. And some people just really want to go out and talk about it and tell, everybody all over social media. And that's great, but don't make all of your posts all of a sudden all about Beachbody. And people will think your page got hacked or something. Be like, why has she been talking about her kids, or talking about her dogs, or talking about whatever, your normal life usually is, and then all of a sudden every single post is Beachbody, and they're going to think that's really strange. So when you start out, especially, I like for all of us to stick to the 80-20 rule. And that's what I try to do. It's hard for me because Beachbody is so much of what I do that sometimes I feel like that is all I post about, but I shouldn't. And I even need to get myself back to this 80-20 rule thing, where 80% of your posts are your regular life, just as it's always been. And, maybe some of these healthy changes that you're making, but only 20% of your posts initially really need to be about Beachbody. And again, when you do make your Beachbody posts, do not sound salesy. You don't want to say you don't want to just share things that are on special all the time. You don't want to just talk about new challenge groups that we have all the time. You don't want to always say, hey, message me for information. People are going to get sick of hearing that and thinking, they're going to think you just want to sell something. So it's really more about sharing your journey, sharing our journeys, other people that you're proud of and excited for in the challenge group. Share things like that. Another good tip is to find 3 to 5 areas about your life to post about. Again, this helps you so that everything is not Beachbody related. One area might be Beachbody or fitness, but maybe one area is, food or recipes. Maybe one area is, your family or your kids. Maybe one is gardening. Maybe one is, like horses, or whatever your other hobbies are and your other interests are. Come up with at least 3 to 5 things that you can continuously, post about, again, so that everything is not Beachbody. Let's see. Another good key is you're going to be posting, but you also need to be forming relationships with people. So interact with other people on their pages. Comment on their pictures. Send them messages. Just say, hey, I love that picture of you and your kids at the park today. They look so cute. And how are things going? Reconnect with people. And when they see that you're really showing an interest in them, they'll start paying more attention to you on Facebook as well, and paying attention to what you're doing and what your posts are. And also by liking and commenting on their pictures and things like that and their posts, that gets your feed seen more by them. So that's a big thing, is to really truly take interest in other people, not just because you want to sell them something or sell them a challenge pack, but really see how you can help them. And a lot of new relationships will form that way. And you learn things about people that you never knew before, and really truly find out ways that you can help your friends, Another thing is just be real in all of your posts. Don't act like some ridiculously perfect person. None of us are perfect. We all cheat. We all eat a burger. We all, mess up with our clean eating. We all miss our workouts. Post about that stuff too, because people don't typically relate really well to somebody that only posts about, perfect stuff. They did everything right every single day. Nobody does that, so be real. And people will relate to you a lot better. Wanted to mention there is a little link on Facebook where you can set up a close friends group. And I think this is really handy. If you scroll down, let's see, the left side of your Facebook like news feed where you see all your groups listed, if you go down pretty far, there's one link and it says close friends. If you click on that, you can add, you know, say maybe 50 or 100 of your friends that you think might be interested in Beachbody or that you think you may want to eventually invite to a challenge group or a clean eating group or whatever. Put them in your close friends list. And what this helps you do is actually be a little bit more efficient on Facebook. And instead of scrolling through the entire news feed where you see all of us coaches and, you know, everybody under the sun on your news feed, you can just go to your close friends group and scroll through that group and comment on, you know, those people's posts. And those are the ones that, you know, you're really taking interest in and, you know, that you really need to be interacting with. So that just makes it a little bit easier sometimes. Okie dokie. We will be learning how to post, lots of social media do's and don'ts. We'll be coming up with your why and really, really digging deep with your why, not just because you want to help everybody. I mean, we all want to help people. That's why we're doing this. But we need more motivation because sometimes it's not going to be super easy. And you're really going to need to know why you're doing this so that you can keep moving forward. Whether it is because you want to be able to work part-time. Maybe you want to come home from work altogether and be with, you know, at home with your kids. Maybe it's for financial reasons, you know, to really help get bills paid off and things like that. Whatever it is personally to you, we'll get into that in training. And then we'll also get into kind of having a coming out post on Facebook too, to kind of let everybody know that, hey, you're a coach now. And we'll go over those. We'll, you know, make them and tweak them and everything before you post them. So be kind of thinking about those. Let's see, don't be salesy, pretty much touched on that already. You want your Facebook page to be pretty interactive. So try to think of, you know, some engaging questions. Like I asked one just tonight and I've already got a bunch of posts on it because my mother-in-law gave me my very first set of maternity clothes. I was a little bit freaked out about it first. But turns out they're actually really cute. And so I posted that on Facebook tonight, and I've already got a ton of comments on it. I was like, hey, so these are actually cute. Where do I go to get them? You know, because I have no idea. So any little things.
Hang on. Hey, mate, press that mute button on your phone, the bottom left. Is audio?
Can't see. I can't see on their phones if they're muted or not. It doesn't show.
She's not. It says audio and then just mute if you see it. Okay. I'm going to mute.
Okay. I'm going to keep going.
Sorry.
Yeah, so think of engaging questions too, just to get people talking and commenting and that sort of thing on your post or on your page. And it doesn't have to be like every single day, but try to do that a lot, again, because when you get comments, it gets your own page seen quite a bit more. So, okie doke. On to the second page of my notes. Creating value in your page, we'll kind of talk about that in training, but you want to kind of intermix like some healthy tips and recipes and just other kind of fun things like that. And kind of think about when you're starting to post, think about what it was about whoever your coach is, or, you know, about any one of us that attracted you to Beachbody. Was it that our healthy recipes kind of caught your eye at first, or was it the lifestyle? Like, just what was it? And think about that as you're posting, you know, to your group of people, and think of things that they would want to know and they would, you know, get some benefit out of. Tips on how to get in, you know, your daily water intake. Again, healthy recipes is always a good one. Just anything you can think of, quick little workout move of the day is whatever it is that you think your people will be interested in. Always feel free to use our stories and our photos. Pretty much anybody in the Delta Fire team, and I know everybody in the Diamond Fire team, we're all fine with you sharing our transformation photos. So just feel free. If you need some, ask us, or if we have any in the files of our team pages, just look in there, and you can share those stories if you're doing like a Transformation Tuesday post or something like that. But typically, if you share a picture of somebody that you personally know, one of us, you'll get a better response. And because I feel like people can really tell that you're sharing a real genuine photo of a friend of yours, versus one of the stock images from Beachbody. And not that those aren't real people, because they obviously are too, that have had amazing transformations, but it's a stock image, and people kind of tend to breeze right on past that. So share ones of us or yourself or friends of yours. So again, be yourself. And a big thing about that, be yourself, but don't be negative all the time. So if you have a bad day and you want to post something negative, try really hard to put a good spin on it at the end. At least see the light at the end of the tunnel or whatever. There is enough negativity and junk on Facebook, and that is really not what the vast majority of people want to read. And that's not what you want to attract, So just think about that as you're posting. We all have those days where we really just want to vent and rant and get on our soapbox, and just at least, try to make it positive in some sort of way if, you have a day like that. Photos, when you're putting pictures up, no blurry pictures. It's hard to do sometimes at first until you figure out how to take a good picture with your camera. If you have questions, ask us in the training group and we can help you with that. If you need suggestions of different apps to use for editing, ask us and we can all chime in with, what we use. One of the main ones that I use is called PicMonkey, PICmonkey.com. And that's just on the computer, but I'm usually on my computer. So I love that one. And you can do all kinds of editing features with that and make really cool images. Put some quotes over a photo of you, so that people are actually seeing your picture too. Let's see here. Another big thing that a lot of people are kind of nervous about, I want all of you to go ahead and make your Facebook profile public. Or if you use Instagram, I don't really know much about how Instagram works, but make things public. If you need to go through and edit some pictures out or delete some pictures, go for it. Or you can even, I think when you put up a post on Facebook, you can select your audience, whether it's public or friends of friends or whatever, but really try to use the public setting, because I have even gotten quite a few people that have, a friend has commented or liked a photo and a friend of theirs has said something else and a friend of theirs has said something else. And you can really get new, people following you that way that never, ever would have seen your page before. So that really is important. And it's a scary thing. And it took me a while to put mine public as well. Just, take all of your personal information off. Obviously, don't put your email and phone number and address and like all that stuff on there. Just delete it. All I have is my name, and I think I have my website, my Kim Carter Fitness website, and that's it. So do all that, make corrections and changes that you need to, and then make it public. Friend a bunch of people on Facebook. So go back through your friends lists, and maybe you want to look at some of their friends as well, and people that you had in common, like people from high school, people from college. I would not recommend starting to friend like random people that you don't know, that you have no connections with. Stick with people that are, mutual friends, and, start growing your contact list, because you're going to need those extra people as you really start inviting people. When you do start getting people interested and inviting people, truly listen to what their needs are. If it's somebody that really wants a hardcore program, talk to them about Insanity Max 30 or regular Insanity, NEX3, things like that. If it's somebody that, wants a beginner program, talk to them about the beginner programs, P90, 21-day fix, things like that, Turbo Jam. But really listen to what their needs are, what they want to get out of it, if they have any physical limitations. I've had some people too that go into it thinking, oh man, that Max 30 looks like a lot of fun. Yet they have like all these physical problems, and there's absolutely no way they're going to be able to do it, So you really need to get to know the people and ask questions, and we'll go over, getting to know them and forming them, it's called, in training. But that way you can really truly match them up with a program that's going to be right for them and not be too hard or not be too easy, be kind of, what they need and what they enjoy. And another part of that, don't just try to promote a program to somebody that happens to be on sale this month. Like, for example, Max 30 is on sale this month. Yeah, I love Max 30. It's an amazing program, but it's not for everybody. So, just because people are coming to you and Max 30 happens to be on sale, don't push that just for that reason. Again, just listen to what each individual needs and you'll have a lot better results. So, if you do have people that come to you and say, hey, I didn't realize you were a coach. I just bought 21 Day Fix 2 weeks ago. Not a big deal. Ask them if they have a coach that they're working with. If they do, great. We don't like to steal coaches from each other or steal customers from each other. I mean, that's not cool. So ask them if they have a coach that they're working with. If they don't, then they can transfer to you as their coach. And we can go over how to do that when the time comes up. If you have a question about that, just post it in the training because it'll be good information for everybody. But essentially, you can email Coach Relations and get them switched to you. And if it's within 30 days of their purchase, you can actually get commission and volume and Success Club points and all that switched to you as well. So just know that that's really not a big deal. And it'll happen a lot. So I want you guys to start working on coming up with an email. Nothing, too extensive, but an email to send to all of your email contacts, especially like your really close friends and family, just to let them know what you're doing. And you may want to wait and do this toward the end of the week once we kind of go over your coming out post as well, because it can be pretty similar to that. But that way, all of your really close family and friends, or all your email contacts at least, will know what you're doing. And, a lot of times you'll get some responses from that too, just people asking you questions and wanting to know more about it. So kind of some things schedule-wise I wanted to go over really fast, and I'm getting to the end of this. We usually have a free group once every month. Right now we're doing an arms challenge, and it's got, bicep curls and tricep dips and push-ups and all kinds of stuff like that in it. We always do one of these every month, and we tend to do it as a team and kind of come up with a theme and, have somebody make a group for us, and we all promote it. And that's a great way to start getting friends of yours and contacts of yours involved in a group type setting without having to purchase anything yet, because it's just a free group and it's fun little challenges. If you think of something that you want to do, you can always search on Google Images and come up with like tons of free challenge ideas. If you want to do a squat challenge or an ab challenge or an arm challenge or whatever it is, there are tons of images that will pop up, and you can either use one of those or use it as a template to create your own. We sometimes do clean eating groups, usually for a week at a time. We were doing those every other month, and they kind of get a little bit difficult sometimes, so we're skipping this month, but we'll be doing another one at some point, so just stay tuned for that. Every month we have a Coach Expo, which is what a lot of you guys actually just went through. The Coach Expo starts the first Monday of every single month. So if you do have people that are interested in coaching, know that one is going to happen every single month, and that'll be coming up the very first week so that you can get them in it. And then as a team right now, we are actually doing 2 challenge groups per month. And our challenge groups are for people that have purchased a challenge pack, essentially. So they have a program and their Shakeology. And we are starting one on the first Monday of every month and one on the third Monday of every month. So we will be having one starting next Monday, which is the 18th. So just keep that in mind. You may or may not, have people this quick, because that's kind of fast. But just know that that happens twice a month. So, and they're pretty good. They're fun. They're very informative too. Couple of last things. Let's see. Success Starters is something that you'll learn about in training. We'll kind of hit on it. But basically, just so you know, Success Starters is a program where if you hit Success Club 5, which we'll talk about how you get points, if you hit Success Club 5 during your first 3 consecutive months of coaching, you will earn a free ticket to next year's summit. So Summit 2016. We don't know where that summit's going to be yet, but so that's a pretty cool program. Those tickets are usually a couple $100, so it's a pretty cool thing, and that kind of gets you started on the right foot, knowing that you need to hit Success Club 5 right off the bat, and or as soon as you can, and really try to do that every single month if you're really truly a working coach. So that's just a cool incentive program. And then just kind of the other thing, treat this the way that you want to run your business, and think about what you see coming out of this. If you really want to make not a career, but maybe you do want to make a career out of it like I am. But just think about what you want out of it and treat it as a long-term business, because that's what it is. This is not something that's going to grow super quick and be a really short-term kind of thing. You've got to think long-term with this, and, treat it like you would anything else that you're really passionate about, and put a little bit of time in, and you'll get a lot of rewards out of it. And when you start having, friends of yours that message you and, pretty much tell you that you've completely changed their life because of either a program or the nutrition or the coaching opportunity, whatever it may be, it's pretty powerful, and it's a really cool thing to be a part of. So just always think about that. And again, just think about the big picture and the long term with this, and, really try to put in, a little bit of time every day, and you'll get out of it what you put into it, essentially. So that is about it. I am very excited for all of you. So glad to have all of you on the team, and it's a great team. We have a lot of fun. So I am going to go ahead and stop recording, and I'll actually just hang out in the training page in case any of y'all have any questions. Just post questions in the training page for me, and I'll ask them. And make sure you saw, I think we had 2 posts for today, so make sure everybody saw those posts and start commenting. All right. Thank you all for being on the call. We'll chat soon. Bye.